I remember really well was Brussels Kern. It was 3-4 degrees. We had tailwind out to Kern and headwind back, and it's the coldest day I had on my bike ever. I think it was like 15 guys finishing the race. Maximum. There was bike riders in normal route buses, and there was bike riders in cars everywhere, and just trying to survive really. Yeah, and if I remember correct, we had 3 or 4 guys in the first 10, and all with Gaba jackets.
Gaba trotzdem. Nicht an der Gaba. Nicht an der Gaba. Nicht an der Gaba. Nicht an der Gaba. Die Gaba.
So back in 2009, our sponsorship of the Cervelo test team, at that time, rain clothing was terrible.
Cycling clothing in general, there wasn't so much thinking about the aero. It was very traditional. I remember it was plastic rain jackets, big tents. You had the neon rain jackets, but they were all really big rain jackets. There wasn't much thinking about the aero or even comfort, really.
We organized a focus group during the Brixia tour in August. We had, oddly enough, at that race, all 8 guys at the race were from cold and wet countries. So there was Gabriel Rasch and Tor Hushovd from Norway. We had Jeremy Hunt and Phil Danian. We got these guys around after the stage, and we talked about their cold and wet clothing. And we spent the first 45 minutes talking about a rain jacket that they had at the time.
So when Steve came to Brixia Tour, I had a rain vest from Credit, I recall.
And then he goes up to his room and he comes back with this green waterproof vest. Green because it was left over from when he rode for Credit Agricole. I
remember I had this rain jacket that I had stitched together with pins and kind of making my own prototype or my own version. And
it was made with this thick plasticky type of fabric. It was cut kind of like a football.
It was nothing fancy. I'm not sure if you would see any pro rider riding with that anymore.
He had actually taken a marker and blacked out the Credit Agricole label, and he said, yeah, when it's raining and not so cold, I just use this. And I looked at it and I'm like, whoa, I'm sorry.
I had this vest with me and I showed Steve, look, this is aero, but I can't breathe. It's too tight, but it's aero. So I want something really aero.
You know, you explained that it's better to just keep your core body warm. You're going to be wet anyway because you're working hard, you're racing, whether you're sweating from the inside or a little bit of moisture is coming in from the outside. That's not the important thing. The important thing is to keep warm enough, but yet still be able to race. So that was the initial idea.
Il risultato delle informazioni raccolte da quell'incontro ci portava a dover sviluppare un capo che doveva avere la funzione di una mantellina per la pioggia, ma con la vestibilità e le caratteristiche di una maglia. Questa è stata una bella sfida, sono orgogliosa di esserci riuscita.
We did the internal development. We finally thought we had something as close to what Gabriel wanted, and we made up 9 or 10 samples for the team that was doing the classics. So here we are, end of February 2010. Soren and I hop on the plane, we go up and we meet up with the riders outside of Ghent,
We knew we had created a breakthrough product for fall weather racing and training, and we couldn't wait to hear the riders' feedback.
I'm pretty sure they're all going to make it, or they're all going to copy it. Sure.
You're going to have the biggest advantage because guys have got their rain jackets on, flapping around, and you just save so much power and energy when you've got something on this. It's just the best bit of kit I've ever worn.
When Steve came with the prototype Gabbas to Belgium for the first classics, we got the jackets and it was like, wow, this is something really special, you know?
What really surprised me is we give each rider the jacket and they take it out and they put it on and you see these guys like, oh, this is cool.
I think we were all pretty surprised about how excited the riders were about this new weird piece of equipment. And I remember Heinrich Hausler saying something like, let's just hope that it rains tomorrow on the way to Ghent, so we're just going to go to the front and drill it. And you know, Steve and I, we looked at each other and we were saying, man, it's the first time we ever hear any riders talking about or wishing it's going to rain tomorrow for a bike race.
They were totally black, aero, and then we came to the first race. Everybody was looking at us, you know, nobody said anything, but they were all looking at us, thinking, what is this? What is this, you know?
Never before or never since seen riders respond in this way to a new garment. And
well, when we got that jersey, it was like, you know, going from 36 spoke wheels to high carbon rims, you know, on the bike. And the others were still riding with the 36 spoke wheels. It was like riding in not a summer day, but the feeling on the bike was the same. It wasn't like it had a lot of extra resistance and you could feel advantage directly.
every rider immediately recognized that this is a game changer for racing in the rain.
You know, it's the jealousy of the whole peloton. Like every other team wants to have it.
In the spring, it's most of the time in Europe it's really cold, so it's a big advantage to wear a Gaba jacket. You stay warm in the final, and that's the big thing for racing in the final.
Well, I mean, I think it's kind of unanimous in the team that our favourite product is the Gaba jersey.
Well, we had the Gaba jersey, and it's the best piece of rain equipment that we own. And actually, you'll see a lot of other riders in the pro peloton wearing it, an unmarked version that they black out themselves because it's known for being.
There was a lot of riders asking me about this jacket the first 2-3 years, if I could get them a jacket without any logos and stuff like this.
Came to one of the early season races back in the day, one of the classics when we were sponsored by Sky, and waiting on the bus for us on each of our seats as we walked in was one of these plain black, unbranded Castelli Gabbas. We raced in these plain black items of clothing, lovely and warm, despite the horrific conditions. Lovely and warm, but boy, was he in some trouble.
Yeah, my favourite Castelli product would be the Gabba.
Devo dire la Gabba.
Yeah, of course it's Gabba.
No, je pense que c'est la Gabba.
Maybe the Gabba.
The Gaba jacket, no?
Gabba jacket.
The Gaba jacket.
Okay, Gabba jacket. Yeah. I'm really proud. Finally, I'm able to use it officially.
Here's the riders hoping it rains so that they have a huge advantage over everybody else with this jacket on. All the other riders immediately, even other teams, recognized that that was a jacket that was changing the game. All of a sudden, you had to have that jacket if you want to compete in cold and wet. But we weren't selling them at the time. But based on the success of those first races, the team was enthusiastic, so we made up a batch for the rest of the team. So San Remo was 3 weeks after the debut, walk into the hotel Milano and carrying this big box, and like 3 guys from the team kind of jump on. Is that the Gaba jacket? Like, what? So the team started calling it the Gaba jacket internally, because at that point only 9 or 10 guys had the jacket in the team. Everybody else knew about it, and so they were anxious to get their hands on it. So this is the start of the Gaba name coming onto it.
Finally, my Gaba. You know why it's called Gaba though? So when Castelli gave us the prototypes in Belgium, all the riders start asking in the race radio, no? Can I get my Rasch jacket? Can I get my Rasch jacket? Every time somebody was calling for this jacket, the DS was finding my race jacket because of my name, Rasch. So we thought, okay, we can't call it the Rasch jacket. So that's why it's called the Gaba jacket. Best piece of kit in modern cycling history.
The first time that these jackets were actually available to be purchased was in winter 2011, and yeah, that first season we actually have it written down in an old catalog. We sold 268 Gaba jackets in the entire world, so I felt quite proud of myself to see only the pros will buy them, because between winter 2011, summer 2012, through that period, in the whole world we sold about 1,000 jackets. The day that kind of everything changed, Milan San Remo 2013, this is the day that it snowed on San Remo, it rained the entire time, and at least half the peloton was in Gaba jackets, even in the snowy conditions, which were probably too cold for the Gaba.
Mi ricordo benissimo della Sanremo del 2013 perché le previsioni meteo per il giorno seguente erano orribili. E così chiamai Andrea Peron, che il giorno stesso venne in hotel di nascosto dalla squadra e mi permise di acquistare la Gabba per me e i miei compagni. Era maniche corte, senza scritte perché non potevamo ovviamente indossare qualcosa che non era del brand che ci sponsorizzava, e in più era nera, una figata. Alla partenza di quella Sanremo era piuttosto freddo e tutti siamo partiti con l'abbigliamento della nostra squadra. E a metà della corsa il tempo cambiò radicalmente, io mi trovavo in fuga e cominciò persino a nevicare. L'organizzazione decise di stoppare la corsa e di farci partire di nuovo di là dal Turchino, dove le condizioni meteo erano un po' più miti, ma pioveva di rotto. Alla ripartenza pensai di giocarmi il jolly e così presi dalla mia borsa del freddo in ammiraglia la Gabba, perché non amavo vestirmi troppo con troppe cose addosso, soprattutto quando pioveva, e la Gabba mi permetteva di essere più leggero e soprattutto più libero nei movimenti per questo sprint finale di 120 km in fuga con soli 4 minuti di vantaggio sul gruppo. Poi alla fine la fuga fu ripresa e quindi mi accontentai di arrivare all'arrivo, però da quel momento in poi non mi sono più separato dalla mia Gabba né in allenamento né in corsa.
If you remember that season, from the very beginning of the season through Tirreno Adriatico, where it rained cold every single day, and half the peloton is in Gaba jackets where they've taken a marker and canceled out the logos, but it was fantastic times for us.
Proprio l'originale del 2013 della Sanremo, spettacolo, nera, senza scritte, attillata, bella.
Really, there was only about 1,000 jackets out in the marketplace, of which probably 150 at least are in the pros. So the pros immediately recognized this is something you need to race, and then Milan San Remo happened, and then the world saw it, and that's when the sales took off. So from 2013 San Remo, that was a day that really the Gaba, let's say that really a day that the Gaba exploded into the world view. That was a day also where a lot of other brands started to do their Gaba. And it was always surprising, sometimes even infuriating, that to see other brands just do the exact copy. It's like they can't come up with anything original. But then we also, internally, we came out with an update to the original Gaba. We did Gaba 2, Gaba 3, and each time we sat down to improve the Gaba, we ended up really just, doing minor little differences to it, changing the logos on the chest, changing the drain holes in the pocket, and even we had troubles really improving on the original until the Gaba 4.
We asked our pro riders how can we improve the Gaba from the previous version. The overall request was to having a more water-resistant product, keeping the same breathability. So we conducted lots of blind testing over 1 year of timing in any kind of weather condition, and eventually the winning choice for the fabric came up to be the Gore-Tex Infinium Windstopper.
So with Gaba 4 though, is when we really sat down and said, look, what is What can really be improved about the Gaba? The first thing we came up with was significantly improving the water repellency. We felt that we could get something that's almost waterproof that can really keep you dry in quite nasty conditions. So we worked with Gore on updating the fabrics, trying to get to something that was, you could really race in hard rain all day long and stay comfortably dry on the inside. At least from water coming from the outside, you're still sweating from the inside, of course. Then we also worked on, and we actually gave it for the first time, the seam sealing over the shoulders. We actually moved it to a sort of a body mapping where the front-facing fabrics are a little bit warmer, the back-facing fabrics are a little bit lighter. We moved it to 2 bigger pockets so that you can go in with a gloved hand, so you don't have to take your hand to get into the pockets. And then Gaba jacket was also expanded into the Perfetto family. So within that, we also worked on the little details across the family, from the vest to the long sleeve to a convertible jacket where you really have a short sleeve Gaba with a zipper where you can add on the sleeves and turn it into a full-on rain jacket. I think the Gaba, it exemplifies what we try to do in Castelli, because Castelli is made as a performance brand. We want to focus on finding innovative ways to make cycling more fun and especially faster. And this is a case of, we had a rider with a key insight that led to a product that met the needs of the riders, of the pro riders, but here's something that just exploded to so many cyclists that I continue to hear this is the most amazing product I've ever used. It's what we try to do every day, is like to try to find those insights from the pro riders, but also from all cyclists of ideas of how we can make even brand new types of garments that have never existed before that can change the way you ride.